Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me. Let's crack a root beer and have a little talk. Ooh, that was nice. Oh, it's frozen. I love that. Oh. Okay. It's just gonna keep rising because the pressure is forcing it out. For God's sakes. Calm down, soda. Alright. I think I got it to stop overflowing. So, today, went to the No Kings protest in Denver, Colorado. And the whole vibe, what I noticed was very chill. I found a flag there. I brought it home. Felt very patriotic as I rode with the flag sticking out of my backpack. Seeing it wave from the shadows was really fun. It was a huge turnout. There's people in every direction. And everyone was really friendly. And the vibe, I'm pretty used to the vibes of, you get around people. I really pick up on them and go to concerts, and you could tell if people are tense or angry or having a good time. And everyone was really peaceful there, having a great time. Nobody seemed to be in a foul mood at all. I didn't see anything violent taking place. So, as far as the liberal, labeling the liberal folks as all violent, not that I saw in Denver, not today. However, I did witness there was, if somebody opposes their view, one of these conservative people, they seem to drop all tolerance and any combination of getting together and working with conservative people at all, and it just goes straight to really from 0 to 100, fascist, racist, supremacist, white supremacist, really quickly. And I think that was the wrong way to go about it. I mean, there's huge middle ground, and I'm not doubting that those people don't exist. Of course they do. There's Republicans out there and conservatives that do have beliefs that stretch beyond that, and they could be perhaps racist or xenophobic. I just pretty much learned what that word meant. It's to hate other countries, cultures, races from other countries. You just call it xenophobic. And sure, these extreme versions do exist, but I think that's definitely not the general consensus. I think the normal conservatives, people that are representing MAGA, Make America Great Again, they're family values, and let's uphold good old-fashioned morality. Let's go to church. Let's make money free enterprise way, freedom of speech, and then as far as the liberals go, they're my body, my choice. Don't judge me. We'll do what we want. Huge amount of tolerance for everybody, and that's great too. And I see both those sides, but it's often just portrayed through the internet mostly. I just see there's the extreme version that's just being pumped up, and then when these people meet in real life, they just, instead of heating it up, instead of just turning the flame on level 2, they put it all the way up to 10, and they just go after each other, and it's just, that's like what's happening, that's making it really tough and extremely divided. I know they don't agree on all subjects, of course. Who does? Almost nobody agrees on all subjects and all views. They shouldn't. But when it comes to the liberals, it almost has the same exact thing that is being blamed on them for the conservatives. They're saying they're hateful and spiteful, and then there's like the Antifa, and they have been part of like a lot of it's not even like a real organization, but calling themselves Antifa, been part of a lot of riots and smashing up buildings and violence and just acting a fool. But it's not like it's forgiven. It's just, that's part of it. It's part of it too. And it's, I don't know, it's kind of, it's known, but some people sweep that under the rug, and it's just like allowing certain things, certain acts of violence to be justified, is I guess what I'm trying to say. They can do some stuff, and it's like, oh, in the name of, we're liberal about it, so it's okay. Like, yeah, F you, we done ripped down your building, we did that, but it's because, because you guys do this, and this, mess things up, because you guys believe this way. And what I'm really trying to understand is, like, where is the tolerance for both the liberals and the conservatives as human beings of 2025? Why can we not get together and respectfully have discourse with each other and talk about what we believe in versus what the other side believes in, and then make a meeting, make amends, and then come together? We're like so smart now. We have all of this information. We got these phones right here that deliver us plenty of information, and we're not coming together and like figuring like, oh, maybe not all conservatives think like this. Maybe not all liberals are doing these things. We're just jumping on the hatred boat on both sides is what I see. And it just does not make any sense with all of our knowledge that we have attained throughout the years, with all of recognizing that history repeats itself. We can clearly see that, and yet we are stubborn, and we sit here and we point fingers and claim that if it wasn't for these bastards, it would be a better place. And we're both saying that to each other, and it's just wild. Like, it's almost like we want to be divided and torn apart more than we want to come together and make a United States of America. Because right now it's very divided, and it's apparent that if you don't succumb to one of the side's exact views, that you're cast aside, you're hated for it, and I think that we're going about that very much the wrong way. We do need tolerance through for the conservatives and the liberals to come together. That's truly the only way to get into a better America. But right now, eating ourselves from the inside, this is not sustainable. This is wild. It is a wild time. And attacking ICE agents is not going to help. And yeah, this is going in bad direction. But as far as what I've seen today, it was extremely peaceful. And the only time it did get out of hand, this was the No Kings protest in Denver. Only time it got a little messed up was at the very end, but this was after it was officially over. I think people were drinking and acting an ass and started messing with the police officers, so then it went south. But that just goes to show you that's what happens when your courage meter is all the way up, because your alcohol fueled intoxicated mind thinks it can start running the mouth, to our officials, our citizens on patrol, brave men and women that make big decisions every day and keep us safe. No matter what anybody says, we need cops, and they need to establish a certain amount of control so we can even do a gather like that. When I was there, though, during the official event, I barely saw any cops, hardly any security, and yeah, overall it was a good, cool vibe, and everyone was jamming out. However, I did see a couple signs that were a little bit, I guess I would say a little bit extreme. One sign was comparing a rebel flag hat and a KKK mask and an SS officer's Nazi hat, and then there's also the MAGA hat in there as well. I do have a video of that. And I think there's a huge variety of gray there. Absolutely, 100%. A person representing KKK or representing Nazis, that's bad. That's wrong. And that is a level of hatred that's so high up there that it's absolutely the devil's work. And I'll say, yes, that's crazy. But the rebel flag hat and the MAGA hat, I don't think it belonged on the same poster. The poster said same shit, different hat. And I had all four of those hats up there. And I don't believe that, because the rebel flag represents to some people old southern states comfort. They grew up in the deep south and they love that. They have an appreciation for the colors and the way it looks and what the South represents to them, and it probably has nothing to do with racism or anything. And then the MAGA hat is the newest of all four of these hats, and as you know, there's extreme conservative people, but there's a lot of people that are like, go America. I'm a go America guy. I don't go for either side, but I represent, glad I live here. I can, love the colors, love what America stands for, and freedom of speech. And we have a lot of things here that other countries don't have going on. We can have weed. I can have weed here, and it's okay. I won't go to prison for such things. You can do a lot of things here. You can dress pretty much how you like, and I know, as long as you're not naked or something, but and without hassle. And the women have freedom here, and there's lots of freedoms and many particular advantages living in America, and therefore I say go America. But I don't, I'm just not buying the just because you're a make America great again fan of the hat and what it represents currently, that you're just on the side of racism. I just don't believe that for a second. There's a middle ground. There's a lot of gray area, and we need to recognize that. Both parties need to recognize that and treat the whole situation as, and truly judge each other by character. Content of the character above all things. Plain and simple. That's the smart, logical thing to do. And I'd say the biggest concern I got about all of it is liberals are claiming they don't want free speech. At least that's what it seems like. Freedom from speech, or a right not to say something, but the whole public discourse that we can have any kind of talk out is because we have to have freedom of speech. That way we can get our point across. If we push our freedom of speech down, we're in deep trouble. We can't do that. It's going to leave us in a very vulnerable situation. And recently in the UK, they're really cracking down on freedom of speech, and this is not a good thing because the world imitates what's going on throughout the world, and we really don't need anything like that here. But a guy got arrested for tweets, for doing tweets of political, no matter what he said. I mean, I could see getting deplatformed, sure. A strike against you and you don't get to, I don't know, play on that site or something or use that app, sure. I understand that, but like getting arrested for it? Like really? For like your thoughts and opinions on something? What is this? 1400? That's actually that'd be no kings. Like, that's a no kings protest. That's where it should be in England, like stuff like that. In the UK, you got to be kidding me. I still can't even believe it. I wake up and I'm like, really? For a tweet? You got in trouble for a tweet? What? It's ridiculous. So we gotta protect that free speech, y'all. And find a meeting ground between the liberals and the conservatives so we can get into a better situation. We gotta realize the true powers that are really dominating us. It's all this media. That's what's getting us. I know there's a lot of issues, but if we really want to get down to the brass tacks, we know that it's these so-called politicians. We call them distractions. Distractions, hanging out with the news, hanging out with the media companies. That's the problem. We all need to get together and recognize that. Alright. Please like, comment, share. Tell me if anybody wants to check this out. Comment. What do you think about the deep divide right now in America between these two political parties? And now I'm really trying to investigate both and meet people that are on both sides and see what's going on. I think it's important right now, given our current climate of how we're doing here in America. So yeah, let me know what you think. Alright. Odd Fitness, representing America. Let's make it great. How about not great again? How about let's make America great. We could do it. Both liberals and conservatives. Takes two to tango, right? It takes two, baby. Alright. Just me and you. Odd Fitness. We're signing out.